Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm literally so excited that you're here. I'm so excited to be getting back into long form content, which is actually where my passions are. I'm here to tell you a little bit more about myself. If you're here, you're probably here from one of my TikToks, or because you want to learn more about brand marketing, or you just want to see my lifestyle as a vice president of brand marketing. But either way, I'm just so glad you're here and I hope you stay a while. So let's get into today's video where I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself. So wherever you know me from, what you should know is that I am on a mission to get more representation in brand marketing to help improve the creator economy. Especially with all the D&I rollbacks, we're about to see a shift in the creator economy even further than we have before. And a lot of that is rooted in a lack of representations in roles like mine, which is a brand marketing executive. So I literally took notes, and if you know me at all, when Joy takes handwritten notes, you know it's about to be a good time. So let's get right into it. I came to this channel from like short form content on TikTok. I feel like you've seen like different phases of my life. I lived in Dallas, I lived in New York, and then I moved to LA, and then I was back in Dallas for a little bit, and now I'm back in LA. And you've gotten to see a little bit of the trajectory. I've gone like full-time entrepreneur, then I've gone back to corporate, then I've gone entrepreneur again, then I came back to corporate, back to corporate, back to corporate. And I've never really sat down to just like share a lot of the behind the scenes of like why I made certain decisions that I did and how I got to where I was in general. And I just feel like, I don't know, on TikTok, as much as I love short form content, I just feel like the attention spans, like I can probably only tell you guys like 30 seconds of a real story before people lose it. So I'm just excited to be able to sit down and actually talk to you guys. And so yeah, like I go by House of Joy, but my name is actually Joy, and I'm Nigerian. My family is from Nigeria. And I just went to Nigeria for the first time in like a very long time last year, and I got to experience my very first Desi December, because when I was going before, they were not calling it that. I was born in the States, but then I spent a few years of my childhood growing up in Nigeria, and then I spent some of my childhood in London as well. And then I moved from London back to the States, and then I was in the States for a while, and I've just been moving around like from state to state since then. I spent some time in Austin, which is where I went to school, and then after Austin I moved back to Dallas, and then I went to New York, and then I went back to Dallas, and then I went to LA, and then I went back to Dallas, and then now I'm in LA. I promise I'm in LA now. But as you can see, Dallas has just always been home for me. That's where my immediate family is. That's where my mom is. That's where my siblings are. And then my dad lives in Nigeria. Most of like my high school friends, most of my college friends, they're still in Texas as well. So when I get to go for the holidays and stuff, that's when I get to spend time with them as much as possible. My man, which you'll hear me talk a lot about, because we really are just partners in life in a lot of different ways. We're partners in businesses. And so I'll give some insight into that as well, and I'll also give some insight into his career, because he's built a really strong career for himself as well. And we're just like super career driven people, and we just want to be able to share our knowledge and our experiences so that we can help get more and more representation in our field. So yeah, as I mentioned, I went to school in the Austin area. I went to Texas State University, and I initially started studying pre-med because I was planning to go to medical school because I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. And then I found out how long it's going to take me to be able to get there, and also how much I'm going to have to work, because I would have been down for the ride. I would have been down for the very, very long, very, very extensive ride if it meant that I could have a great lifestyle on the outside. But I started realizing that wasn't the case. And I think that's something so funny about adulthood, because as children, we dream about all these careers, and like it sounds really, really cool. And then you start understanding the realities of those careers. If at the time I knew my current career that I'm in right now existed, then I probably would have felt differently. I probably would have pursued this a lot sooner if I just knew it was available. So again, that's what I'm hoping to use this platform to do, is just to bring more awareness to the world of brand marketing, influencer marketing. Especially if you're a first generation immigrant child like myself, you are kind of put in a box for the careers that you can do. You're either a doctor, lawyer, engineer, neurosurgeon. And so if our parents knew more about this industry and just how lucrative it actually can be, I'm hopeful that it can start being included in that category as well. So at Texas State, like I said, started off in pre-med, and so I kind of stayed in that space for a few years. And when I decided to switch and go full-time into marketing, because I was doing marketing on the side, like very non-traditionally, I was going to like local hotels and restaurants and just offering to take pictures for them, offering to take videos for them. And then at the time, I think I was posting on like Facebook, people who I just knew were like popular in the area, I would get them to repost it. And so it's funny because that's like the basis of influencer marketing and brand partnerships. But at the time, I didn't even know that that was a real thing. I was just seeing the value in it and learning the value in real time. And when I first started pursuing a career in it, again, like that was my experience. I was able to like directly translate those like pretty much unreal, like technically not professional experiences to my professional world. And I'm gonna get a little bit more into that and how I was able to make that transition. And so my major actually ended up being psychology because like I said, I had specific classes that I'd already taken because I was pre-med and I needed things to transfer over to a reasonable degree so that I wouldn't have to spend an extra like 3 years in school. So I went ahead and switched to a psychology major, and then I did a business marketing minor. And so with that business marketing minor, I was able to get all of the like more professional, like scientific aspect of marketing, which again, I'll get into in a different video because that's just not the side of marketing that I love too much. But there weren't any classes that talked about branding, that talked about branded partnerships. It was all just about like CPMs and paid ads and things of that nature. I did get to take a communications class, which definitely introduced me to like the world of mass comms and how it integrates into marketing and how it integrates into 360. And that was a really interesting experience for me. That was when I started trying to bring that into more of the day-to-day work that I was doing. So we'll get more into like my actual career journey in another video because I feel like it's gonna make this video way too long and too jam-packed. That's a bit about how I started my career. And so as you can imagine, I am very young. I am under 30. I don't want to reveal my age, but I am under 30. And so this year is one of the last years that I have to apply for the Forbes 30 under 30. And that's actually been a really big career goal and personal goal for me for a long time. And so I've been like so siloed in my work and I've been doing great work, which I'm really appreciative of, but I don't feel like I've turned around to give that back to the generation that comes after me, especially because I know how limited resources were for me. I can't imagine how limited they are in today's day and age. So even with just like speaking at universities, like I'm still being called to be a guest speaker, which I absolutely love, but all that tells me is that they still don't have classes available that actually teach this line of work. So I'm just excited to be able to contribute back to this industry that I love so much, that has contributed so much to my life. As I mentioned, like when I started my TikTok, it was honestly just a joke. Like I was just making videos. Like I said, I was always making videos before, but I never put the camera on myself. It was always putting the camera on other people or highlighting their businesses. And so as I started to build more of a career for myself, and I also had that like branding that was following me, and I didn't have that many followers, but I did have a branding that was following me, and I knew that people were coming to me for like career advice or just like business advice or just like how to uplevel their lives in different ways. And so I did know that I had like this community, but I never really tapped into that, and most importantly, I never got to pour back into it in the ways that I really wanted to. And so branding has just always been at the foundation of everything that I do, especially my professional career, but I'm really just bringing that back into my personal life because I do understand the value. Like truly there's so much value in branding and having a brand for yourself, and I'm all about making impact in my life and giving back. I believe it's like the greater purpose that, you know, God has called all of us to do. Like we're not just living for ourselves, we're supposed to be impacting others. And I just believe this is my journey of impact. Throughout my career journey, I've started and stopped so many different businesses. I'm definitely a serial entrepreneur, which I feel has also given a different lens to my professional jobs and my corporate jobs because I do come in there like it's my business and I'm gonna take it very, very seriously. And sometimes I do have to, you know, learn how to balance that because there are some companies that will take advantage of you for thinking like that. So again, I'll get into my entrepreneurial journeys later and like how that married into my current professional experience, and also how I feel like that pushed me above my peers and allowed me to become a VP before the age of 30. So as I said, it really is just about the impact that branding yourself can actually make. You never realize how many lives you could have touched if you just went for it. And so this is me going for it. And I really do just appreciate you guys supporting and telling me how much you want to know. Trust me, like I am a flowing river when it comes to talking about brand marketing. You guys will have to tell me to shut up. And so never feel afraid to drop questions below in the comments, like message me, DM me, whatever it may be. I also have like an email marketing newsletter kind of thing. And I don't plan to spam your inboxes, but as I see new things in the industry, as I see new hot jobs that make sense for like the entry level, intermediate, people trying to transition, I want to be able to share that with you guys in one space. And most importantly, I want you guys to feel community amongst each other. And so if you haven't signed up for the email marketing stuff, please do that ASAP so that you can receive all those updates in real time. Connect with me on LinkedIn, and most importantly, please do not forget to subscribe. I'm going to have new videos going live at least once a week. I'm probably going to up the frequency, but I don't want to promise that in this video. So I am going to be posting at least once a week, so make sure to subscribe so you can stay along for the journey. I'm literally going to go into brand marketing 101. Like, I'm going to go down to the basics all the way up, and I'm going to literally teach you. I'm going to teach it like a class. So you will be an expert in brand marketing by the time we're done here, okay? If you're an influencer, this could also be really, really advantageous for you because you need to understand how to operate your brand behind the scenes. Because if you're an influencer, you actually own a brand. And again, a whole nother video, but it helps your business so much more to understand the business of influencer marketing and where you actually hold value, because that directs your content, it directs the types of brands that you work with, how you negotiate yourself, and all that good stuff. Also, if you're a corporate lady and you work in a completely different industry, but you're looking to transition into influencer marketing, this is definitely the channel for you, because I'm going to be speaking to you a lot because I did the same thing. I'm also going to be having other people join me on this channel who did the same thing for themselves and can speak to that. And then brands, my besties. My besties. Brand marketers, it's really important to understand that all of the spectrums of how brand marketing works, especially from the influencer POV, which is a lot of what I'll be sharing here. So I do think you guys can benefit too, but let me know in the comments if there's any other audiences I'm missing. Let me know what questions you guys have, what backgrounds you come from. I'd love to speak to your perspective as well. On this channel, I want to teach you the ins and outs about brand marketing so we can run this show together. So I hope you stay along for the ride. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.